Normal sleepers, they've trained their brain to give them a really good pattern of sleep where they get good quality consolidated sleep all in one block during the night time. But say for example you always wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning and you reinforce this wakefulness by looking at the clock every time you do wake up. If that tends to become a habit, very quickly the brain will learn it as a new pattern. So the brain will start waking you up at 3 a.m. in the morning because you've trained your brain to do that. People that go on solo around the world boat trips, they're not able to sleep in this massive consolidated block where they sleep for 8 hours each night, because if they do, the boat's going to sink. So they always have to be waking up multiple times throughout the night. So they tend to sleep in 20-minute blocks. So they'll sleep for 20 minutes, they'll set an alarm, wake up, check that everything's safe and everything's okay, and then they'll fall back to sleep again. So when these people, they first start doing that, they need to set an alarm to wake them up. But very quickly again, the brain takes on this new pattern of sleep, and once they do still continue to set the alarm, they often find that they're waking up every 20 minutes without even the alarm needs to sound in, because they've trained their brain to give them this new pattern of sleep where they're always waking up every 20 minutes. So the body clock is incredibly smart and it's incredibly adaptive, and the body clock, it needs to work in tandem and in conjunction with your sleep drives. Well, let's say you've had a really poor night of sleep and you've spent the whole night forcing, fighting and pleading with sleep, and you've not actually managed to drop off to sleep until 8 o'clock in the morning. You'd think that because your sleep drive is incredibly strong, you should be able to sleep for about 7 hours because you've got a really strong drive to sleep at 8 o'clock in the morning. But because your sleep drive's not in tandem with your body clock, you'll probably find that you'll only be able to sleep for 2 or 3 hours during the morning, because you've not trained and conditioned your body clock to give you sleep at that time. So it's completely outside of your normal pattern of sleep. So whilst you might be able to get some sleep, you're probably not going to get the same amount of sleep and quality of sleep that you would do if you were sleeping during the night. So really, insomnia is a new pattern of sleep that the brain has learned. So it's not a pattern of sleep that you want, it's not a pattern of sleep that is helpful to you, but through behaviors and habits, which of course aren't fault of your own, because I did them too. When there's so little information out there, you just kind of need to do anything to try to make yourself sleep, and unfortunately a lot of these things can make your sleep worse. So in the same way you can build a new pattern of sleep through behavior and habits, you can also undo that pattern of sleep through behavior and habits and build a pattern of sleep which is actually incredibly helpful to you. All right, I'll see you on the next video.